Well, hello there. Today we have Chris Lahti with us with Home at Last Inspections. Welcome, Chris.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. A little bit about myself. So I am a licensed home inspector in the state of Washington and Idaho. I am a family man. I am married. I've been married to my wife, Samantha, for almost 11 years. We actually have an anniversary coming up on the 21st. I am a father. My son, Christian, is 10. So that's kind of how I spend most of my free time when I'm not working, is with my family.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what inspired you to start this journey to be a home inspector.
It's actually a funny story. So I kind of stumbled into home inspections, believe it or not. It wasn't something that I just kind of sought out and was like, hey, I'm going to be a home inspector. So in my previous career, I traveled a lot. I was constantly going from state to state, and you don't get a lot of family time when you're on the road. So a couple years ago, my wife and I sat down and we're like, hey, what's something that you can do here at home?
That would make a difference. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, we just kind of got to Google searching. Actually, is kind of what we did, things that line up with my skill set and things that I know how to do. And we stumbled upon home inspections. And I thought to myself, I can totally do that. And I always wanted to own my own business. So
I love that.
Here we are.
So I know that one of the things you and I share is like our commitment to service. And I know that you have lots of stories that you're probably proud of, but can you share a favorite customer service story or a story that it makes you especially proud?
I can. Recently, this was actually just a couple weeks ago. So it's pretty fresh in my memory. I did an inspection up in Airway Heights, and the agent and the client were both there. And actually, this was the second time that the client had called me to do an inspection. The first time he passed on that place, there was lots of issues. So he was like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of stay away from that place. But on this one, it was a manufactured home up in Airway Heights. And I don't know if you've ever been around manufactured homes, but they don't really have like a crawl space. I mean, they're pretty much just a trailer sitting on a lot. And so, but my job as a home inspector is I have to get underneath that trailer, which a lot of times creeps people out because there's, spiders and all sorts of stuff. We don't know what could be under there, right? So it's kind of a funny story. I forgot a tool to get underneath the house. And the agent, actually, it was the first time I'd worked with her. She was great. She actually bailed me out. I was searching around my tool bag and I didn't have the screwdriver head that I needed to get the paneling off to get underneath the trailer. So I had to kind of go to her with my tail between my legs. And I was like, hey, do you have a screwdriver that I can use? And luckily her husband was a mechanic. And she had a whole plethora of screwdrivers in her truck. Yes, he was like, I'm not going to let her go anywhere without having all the right tools. So she actually bailed me out there, and I was forever grateful. So
that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what makes your offer special or different from other home inspectors.
So we like many places, we have a lot of home inspectors, and so it can be a pretty competitive market, and that's probably the number one question that I get asked the most is kind of what sets you apart. Us as home inspectors, we're always looking into the newest tool or the newest gadget, if you will, to try to make our service better, right? But all in all, we kind of offer mostly the same stuff. But the thing that really sets me apart is my customer service. I just go into my day with a positive attitude, and I just try to put the customer first, and hopefully everything works out for the best.
Yeah. And so if someone wanted to get into business with you or reach out to you to talk to you, what would be the best way for them to do that?
My cell phone, obviously, like most people, the thing's connected to my hip. So call or text 208-755-9256, or you can go on my website, www.homeatlastinspections.com. or email or Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. So even TikTok, believe it or not.
Oh, good. Yeah. Follow him on TikTok. What's your TikTok?
Chris the Home Inspector, at Chris the Home Inspector. Yeah.
Perfect. Because you're doing a lot of stuff with your GoPro because people find it fascinating. You go
Right.
into the crawl spaces and what do you find? And people we don't know our homes the way that we think that we do. And so you're giving us an inside peek. And so I would imagine the content is very fascinating. So make sure you follow him. Chris, thank you so much for being here and welcome to Network in Action.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica.